In the world of music, it is rare to find an artist whose talent manifests with such staggering force at such a young age. Brenda Lee was called Little Miss Dynamite, and that nickname was no exaggeration. Standing only 4 feet 9 inches tall, she possessed a voice capable of tearing down walls. In the 1960s, Brenda was the only woman who could consistently compete on the charts with the likes of Elvis, Presley, and the Beatles. Her journey is a unique example of a genre bend. Starting as a wild rockabilly star, she smoothly transitioned into deep, emotional ballads, becoming the face of the Nashville sound. She sang of adult pain while still a teenager, making the whole world cry and dance simultaneously. Today, we explore 25 facets of her work, from holiday anthems to heartbreaking dramas, to understand how a little girl from Georgia forever changed the landscape of pop and country music, becoming an absolute legend of the golden era. Are you ready? Make yourself comfortable. Let's go! Next song.
Am I fool?
Fool number 1.
How many other girls have?
Brenda Lee knew how to convey disappointment as if she had lived several lifetimes. In the early 60s, her voice became the gold standard for the dramatic ballad, where every note is soaked in a sincerity understandable to anyone who has ever made a mistake in love.
So I guess.
Released in 1961, Fool Number 1 became one of the brightest examples of Brenda Lee's work within the teenage tragedy genre. The song reached number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100 and solidified her image as an artist capable of profound melancholy. Everything in this recording is perfect, from the soft piano accompaniment to Brenda's powerful, almost agonizing vocals at the climax.
And I'll bet that I'm the biggest fool.
She sings of self-sacrifice and the bitter admission of her own foolishness in a relationship. Despite being only 16 at the time of the recording, her performance sounds hauntingly mature. This composition showcased the Nashville sound in all its glory, a blend of pop polish and country sincerity that made Brenda a universal star for audiences of any age.
The biggest fool of all.
Next song.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Love could be so.
Sometimes one word can say more than an entire monologue. The next hit became more than just a song. It was a national apology that raised Brenda to the very top of the musical Olympus, granting her the first number 1 hit of her career.
To see.
I'm Sorry 1960 is Brenda Lee's calling card. Interestingly, the label was initially afraid to release it, fearing that a 15-year-old girl sounded too adult performing such a deep ballad. However, the risk paid off. The song topped the Billboard Hot 100 and became an international phenomenon. It was here that the famous breaking or crying quality of her voice first appeared, which would later become her trademark. String instruments and soft backing vocals create an atmosphere of bright sadness. This recording erased the boundaries between rock and roll and pop, proving that Brenda was a great vocalist capable of conveying the subtlest nuances of human emotion. I'm Sorry remains one of the most recognizable songs of the 20th century.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry.
Next song. Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree.
Every couple tries to stop rocking around.
Few know that the greatest Christmas hit of all time was recorded in the middle of a sweltering summer by a 13-year-old girl. This song became the perpetual motion machine of her career, returning Brenda to the top of the global charts every single year.
Recorded in 1958, this song is a true phenomenon of longevity. Brenda Lee performed it at age 13, though her voice sounds like that of a seasoned jazz diva. The jaunty saxophone and festive bells create a unique mood, but it is Brenda's drive that makes this track special.
The Christmas tree, let the Christmas spirit ring.
decades later, the song continues to break records. In 2023, 65 years after its release, it topped the charts again, making Brenda the oldest artist to reach #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. It is the perfect example of a crossover hit where rock and roll energy meets family tradition. The song became an inseparable part of mass culture. Just think of the movie Home Alone, proving that true dynamite has no expiration date.
Next song. Losing You.
This is goodbye.
The loss of a loved one is a theme Brenda revealed with a particular ruthlessness toward the listener's emotions. In 1963, she presented a ballad to the world that is still considered one of the saddest recordings in pop history.
Our devotion were deep.
Losing You is a triumph of Brenda Lee's dramatic art. In this song, she achieves an incredible vocal range, moving from an intimate whisper to a powerful cry of despair. The composition was a hit in the US and the UK, confirming Lee as the leading tragic actress of the stage. The musical structure is complex and rich, with an arrangement that emphasizes the fatality of a breakup. Brenda sings about the emptiness that remains after love departs, her voice vibrating with pain. This work showed that Brenda had outgrown the teen star format and become a serious artist capable of competing with the best soul singers of the time. Losing You remains a benchmark for how a true heartbreak ballad should sound.
Lips I knew I can't.
Next song.
All alone.
All Alone Am I.
My heart, people all.
Loneliness always sounded majestic in Brenda's performance. The next song came from Europe, but it was in the hands of the little American girl that it acquired the scale that made it an immortal standard for the lovers and the forsaken.
My heart, people all.
Based on a Greek melody by Manos Hadjidakis, All Alone Am I 1962 was another major achievement for Brenda, peaking at #3 on the charts. It is a classic example of the adult contemporary pop sound. The lyrics about a person left alone with their thoughts to the sound of the rain fit Brenda's melancholy timbre perfectly. The arrangement, featuring a harp and soft percussion, creates an almost hypnotic atmosphere. In this song, Brenda demonstrates her ability to work with international material, adapting European sensibility to American standards. The success of this recording confirmed that Lee was an artist without borders, whose talent resonates in any culture that values genuine vocal magic and sincerity.
All around, but I don't hear a sound.
Next song.
That's to remind me to sing
Jambalaya.
That's a rhythm.
Sometimes you need to return to your roots to show true drive. Brenda never forgot her southern origins, and her version of a Hank Williams classic turned into a true explosion of energy, mixing country with primal rockabilly. In Brenda Lee's hands, the classic Jambalaya found a second wind. Recorded in 1956 when Brenda was only 11 years old, this song shocked the public. A little girl sang with the power of a grown rock and roller, bringing unprecedented audacity to a country standard. This was pure dynamite, a fast tempo, playful intonations, and incredible charisma.
And that's a dish of fish and rice.
The recording became popular not only in the US but also abroad, particularly in France. It was in tracks like these that Lee's style was forged fearless, bright, and technically flawless. Her version of Jambalaya became a bridge between the traditional country of her childhood and the rebellious spirit of a new era. It was a manifesto of a young artist arriving to claim her place. Next song. That's All You Gotta Do. Besides often become hits when Brenda Lee is involved.
The flip side of her biggest single turned out to be so strong and optimistic that critics still debate which song on the record was actually better.
Released as the flip side to I'm Sorry, That's All You Gotta Do showed a completely different Brenda, confident, energetic, and flirtatious. It was the perfect early 60s pop rock number. The song reached number 6 on the charts, a rarity for B-sides of that era. In this composition, one hears the youthful zest and lightness that contrasted with her deep ballads.
All you gotta do when you're lonesome is to call on me.
Lee sings about how simple it is to win love if you are sincere. A light rhythm, a catchy chorus, and bright vocals made this track a radio favorite. It is proof that Brenda could dominate any mood, from deep drama to sunny optimism, creating hits out of literally every line she recorded.
I want you to be my loving man.
Next
Old
song.
enough to chick and old enough to rock the bob.
Rock the Bop.
Swinging jeans and I'm looking for a dream, 'cause I'm old enough to rock the bob.
Rockabilly is the music of rebellion and speed. Brenda Lee was the queen of this genre in a skirt. In her performance, the wild rhythm acquired a special elegance without losing its primal power and dangerous charm.
Rock the Bop 1958 is pure rockabilly energy. In this recording, Brenda demonstrates her signature growling vocals that drove the youth of the late 50s crazy. The song is filled with driving guitar riffs and a fast rhythm that makes it impossible to stand still. Brenda sounds like a true leader of a youth movement here, calling everyone to dance. Interestingly, her delivery in this style was so powerful that she was often compared to her male colleagues, yet she always maintained her unique female identity. Rock the Bop was an important milestone in her career, cementing her status as one of the most promising rock and roll stars in the country. This was the music of freedom. If you liked the video, give it a like and don't forget to subscribe to the Genre Bender channel.
Next song. Dynamite. They didn't call her that just for show. After the release of the next song, the nickname Dynamite stuck to her forever. She was small, but her voice was capable of causing a real seismic shift in the musical world.
The song Dynamite 1957 gave Brenda Lee her legendary nickname. In this track, 12-year-old Brenda unleashes vocal power that seems impossible for a child. The song is filled with explosive accents and incredible drive. She sings about feelings that literally blow her up from the inside, and the listener believes every word. Although the song didn't become an immediate chart topper, it defined the artist's entire future image. Brenda Lee became synonymous with indomitable energy. The recording became a cult favorite among rockabilly fans worldwide, and the word dynamite entered music history forever as the description of this tiny but mighty singer's talent. This was the moment a legend was born.
Next song. Tutti Frutti. Out-singing Little Richard is an almost impossible task unless you are Brenda. She took one of rock and roll's wildest standards and turned it into her own showcase, proving that rock was not just a man's game.
Brenda Lee's performance of the classic Tutti Frutti is a masterclass in vocal expression. Lee took the frantic tempo of the original and added her own signature spice. Her version sounds just as fierce and fun as the genre's founders. Brenda masterfully handles the tongue-twisting lyrics and complex rhythmic transitions. This recording demonstrates her roots in black rhythm and blues, which she had absorbed since childhood. Her version of Tutti Frutti became proof that music has no racial or age boundaries. It was pure rock and roll in its most primordial form, performed with such dedication that even today the recording sounds incredibly fresh and relevant. Brenda Lee was the true engine of the genre.
Tutti Frutti, oh Rudy, Tutti Frutti, oh Rudy.
Next song,
All right.
Sweet Nothings.
Sweet nothing.
A whisper can be louder than a shout. In 1959, Brenda released a song that became a model of tender yet slightly daring teenage flirtation, bringing her her first truly major top 10 commercial success.
Sweet nothing. Sweet nothing.
Sweet Nothin's 1959 was Brenda Lee's first single to break into the Billboard Top 10. The song features a unique intro, Brenda's intimate whisper, which immediately grabs attention. It was a bold move for the time. The lyrics about a teenage crush and sweet nothings in the ear were performed with such a mix of flirtatiousness and adult confidence that the singer instantly became an idol to millions. The rhythmic beat and saxophone solos create the perfect backdrop for her vocals. The song was a massive success not only in the US but also in the UK, beginning Brenda's triumphal march across global charts. Sweet Nothings showed that Brenda was a master of nuance, capable of turning a simple song into a stylish hit.
Next song, Emotions. Emotions were what Brenda traded in on an industrial scale. In the early 60s, she released a ballad that became a textbook on conveying feelings through sound, forcing the listener to live through every second of pain and hope.
The song Emotions 1961 is the quintessence of Brenda Lee's Nashville sound. It reached number 7 on the charts and became one of her most respected works. In this song, Brenda literally plays with her voice, moving from quiet confessions to powerful vocal passages. The lyrics about feelings overpowering reason resonated perfectly with her performance style. The lush orchestration featuring violins emphasizes the drama of the composition. This was music for broken hearts, performed by an artist who seemed to understand everything about suffering. Emotions solidified Brenda's status as the era's premier vocalist, capable of turning a variety song into a true work of art full of psychological depth and musical beauty.
Next song,
So he told you that you're the dream.
Johnny One Time.
Anyone like you before?
As the years passed, Brenda Lee returned to her roots to country. In the late 60s, she recorded a track that showed her as a mature woman who knew the value of words and actions. It was a new chapter in her legendary career.
By 1969, Brenda Lee began shifting the focus of her work back to her country roots, and Johnny One Time was a clear testament to that. The song hit the country top 5 and the pop top 40, demonstrating her enduring popularity. Here, Brenda sounds wise and a bit weary, telling the story of a man who doesn't know how to stay faithful. Her vocals had become deeper and richer.
There's Johnny One Time.
This composition showed that Brenda could successfully adapt to changing musical tastes while maintaining her individuality. Johnny One Time was an important stage in her transition to a more mature repertoire that ensured her decades of successful work in Nashville. This is the music of a mature artist who isn't afraid to look truth in the eye.
And bashful kind. But did it tell you?
Next song,
I'm learning about love.
I'm Learning About Love.
Talk in a loving way, baby.
Studying at the School of Love is an endless process. Brenda Lee captured this moment in a light and melodic early 60s set song, reminding everyone that even great stars have moments of shyness and first discoveries in the world of feelings.
Love to the break of day.
I'm Learning About Love is a charming example of early 60s teen pop. In this song, Brenda sounds fresh and spontaneous. The light melody and rhythmic accompaniment create the atmosphere of a spring day. The singer talks about her first steps in the world of serious relationships, her vocals filled with sincere curiosity and tenderness. Although this track didn't become a giant like I'm Sorry, it is an important part of her discography, showing the variety of her personae. Brenda Lee here is the girl next door sharing her secrets. The song emphasizes her versatility as a pop artist capable of creating not only heavy dramas but also bright, memorable melodies that bring joy and hope.
You'll be mine. I'm learning about love.
If you liked the video, give it a like and don't forget to subscribe to the Genre Bender channel.
Next song.
If the sun should tell
If You Love Me, Him Il Amour.
if you love
Edith Piaf was one of the few whose power Brenda could match. Her version of the legendary Hymn to Love is a collision of two worlds, French chanson and American pop, resulting in something truly grandiose.
won't care.
Brenda Lee's performance of Edith Piaf's classic If You Love Me is a demonstration of her vocal might. Brenda takes this extremely difficult composition and fills it with her signature energy. It is a majestic ballad requiring colossal breath control and emotional output. In Lee's version, one hears unwavering determination and devotion.
Really love me.
She sings of a readiness to make any sacrifice for love, her voice reaching almost symphonic heights in the finale. This recording showed that Brenda could master any peak of the world repertoire. She managed to preserve the drama of the original while adding American power and shine. It was another reason for fans to believe that Little Miss Dynamite was an artist of unlimited possibilities.
You love me. Really.
Next song.
Listen to the talk that's going around the town. Everyone,
Is It True?
what about the ring you gave me yesterday?
When an American star meets a British genius, magic is born. In 1964, Brenda recorded a track in London with the one and only Jimmy Page on guitar, creating one of the most stylish hits of the British invasion era.
Go home and found another one. Is it true? My love.
Is It True 1964 was a unique experiment in Brenda Lee's career. Recorded in London with producer Mickey Most, the song carries a distinct British beat influence. A young Jimmy Page played guitar in this session, giving the track a special drive. The song was a hit on both sides of the Atlantic. In it, Brenda sounds more modern and rock-oriented, fitting perfectly into the mid-60s landscape.
Don't you know, you're making me blue.
Her voice is sharper and more energetic here. This work proved that Brenda Lee was not just a star of Nashville ballads but also an artist capable of leading a rock revolution. Is It True remains one of the most stylish recordings in her catalog, showcasing her incredible ability to adapt to any musical change.
Isn't say it isn't true.
Next song.
Comes home,
When My Dream Boat Comes Home.
hold you closely, my own.
Dreams of returning home are a theme close to everyone. Brenda Lee turned an old standard into a bright, warm story of hope, filling it with jazz inflections and the very coziness that was always part of her artistic charm.
Brenda Lee's version of the classic When My Dream Boat Comes Home is a bright example of her work with jazz standards. In this song, Brenda demonstrates excellent swing and light phrasing. The big band style arrangement emphasizes the track's festive mood. Lee sings of the joyful anticipation of a meeting, her voice filled with light and optimism.
When my dreamboat comes
This recording shows that Brenda could easily compete with the best crooners of the time. She brings her unique energy to the song, making it live and modern. For Brenda, it was an opportunity to step away from the suffering ballader image and show her sunny, playful side. The song became a jewel of her repertoire, confirming her multifaceted talent.
Tender love you bring.
Next song. Let's Jump the Broomstick. Old traditions can be fun. Brenda took a folk custom and turned it into a rousing rock and roll hit that became incredibly popular in Europe, making thousands of people literally jump for joy to her voice.
Let's Jump the Broomstick is one of Brenda Lee's most beloved rockabilly tracks among fans. Although the song wasn't a huge hit in the US, it reached high chart positions in Europe, especially in the UK. The song is filled with incredible drive and speed. Brenda sings about the old wedding tradition of jumping the broom with such zest that it sounds like a modern dance anthem. Her vocals are daring and assertive, featuring characteristic rockabilly hiccups and shouts. This recording has become cult among retro rock lovers and is still played at many themed parties. Let's Jump the Broomstick is the perfect embodiment of Little Miss Dynamite style, where old roots and young energy merge into one powerful stream.
Next song. Break It to Me Gently.
Make me feel that you.
Pleading for mercy in love is also an art. In 1962, Brenda released a ballad that became a model of soul pop, where every request to break it gently sounds like the cry of a wounded soul, yet without losing its dignity.
The 1962 hit Break It to Me Gently brought Brenda Lee another Billboard Top 5 entry. It was a deep, soul-infused ballad that demonstrated her vocal maturity. In the song, the protagonist asks her lover to be merciful during a breakup. Brenda sings with incredible tenderness and hidden strength. The string arrangement creates the feel of a classic Hollywood film.
So my tears won't fall.
This work solidified her status as America's premier dramatic vocalist. Many critics consider this song one of her best vocal performances due to its flawless control and sincere delivery. Break It to Me Gently is a reminder that true musical magic is born from the combination of technical mastery and deep personal empathy, both of which Brenda Lee possessed in perfection.
Next song.
You ain't nothing but a
Hound Dog. Elvis made this song a legend, but Brenda gave it new life. Her version of the famous Hound Dog is a pure vocal riot, where she proves she can be just as tough and energetic as the king of rock and roll himself.
Brenda Lee's performance of Hound Dog is a true explosion. Lee doesn't just cover Elvis or Big Maybelle, she brings her own dynamite delivery to the song. In this recording, one hears unfiltered drive and a rebellious spirit. Brenda growls, shouts lines, and gives herself entirely to the rhythm. For her, it was a way to show her roots in hard rock and roll. This version is full of youthful maximalism and vocal fearlessness. Listening to Brenda's Hound Dog, you understand why she was so respected by her contemporaries. She never worked at half strength. For her, every song was a battle she invariably won. It was pure fire that lit up stages around the world, confirming that Brenda Lee was a force of nature.
You ain't never caught a rabbit. You ain't no.
Next song. Live in London.
'Cause you've been humming the blues.
London always adored Brenda. Her concerts in the British capital were true triumphs. She was one of the few American stars who managed not just to conquer Britain, but to become one of its own, a part of its musical DNA.
Brenda Lee's live performances in London are a legendary page of her biography. The British public saw her not just as an overseas star, but as a kindred spirit. In London, Brenda recorded hits, performed at prestigious venues, and was a frequent guest on television. Her concerts were distinguished by incredible energy and close contact with the audience.
Now I'm a humming the blues, oh babe.
It was in London that one of her best live albums was recorded, capturing her vocal perfection and her ability to hold the room. The London period of her career, mid-60s, was the time of her highest international recognition. For Brenda Lee, the British capital was a second home where her talent was appreciated and her hits blared from every window. If you liked the video, give it a like and don't forget to subscribe to the Genre Bender channel.
Next song. Losing You reprise, Deep Dive.
This is goodbye.
Repetition is the mother of learning, especially when dealing with such a powerful song. We return to the theme of loss to emphasize once more. Brenda Lee created a universal language of grief, understandable to all who have lost something dear.
You became a perfect stranger.
Returning to Losing You, it is worth noting its colossal influence on the soul ballad genre. This song became a benchmark for many future stars, from Dusty Springfield to Adele. In it, Brenda Lee achieved a level of sincerity rarely found in commercial pop music. Technically, the song is very complex. It requires the singer to transition from the lower register to high dramatic notes without losing emotional control.
I'm losing you.
Brenda handles this flawlessly. This recording became a symbol of her maturation as an artist. Losing You is not just a hit, it is a musical canvas on which Brenda painted a picture of the human soul at its most vulnerable. It is a song that continues to live because the feelings it describes are eternal.
I can't believe it's true.
Next song.
Almost heaven, west
Country Roads.
older than the sea, younger than the mountains.
The roads always led her back to country. In the 70s, Brenda recorded her version of the anthem of American roads, reminding everyone that her voice is a part of the American land itself, its vastness, and its unquenchable spirit.
Mountain mama, take me home.
Brenda Lee's interpretation of the famous Take Me Home, Country Roads is a warm and sincere dedication to her roots. In the 70s, when she finally returned to the country industry, this song became an important part of her repertoire. Brenda sings it with soft nostalgia and love for her homeland. Her voice sounds more calm and peaceful here.
Mama, take me home.
This recording demonstrates that Lee doesn't need loud effects to reach the listener. Her natural charm and mastery are enough. Her version of Country Roads became a symbol of her coming home to Nashville, where she continued to be a respected and beloved star. It is music for the soul that reminds us of the importance of home and that our roots always stay with us.
I belong, West Virginia.
Next song.
No good unless he loves you.
All the Way.
Happy to be near you when you need someone.
Going all the way, that was the motto of Brenda's entire life. She took on the most difficult songs and brought them to perfection, investing every bit of her experience, her passion, and her incredible, indestructible faith in music into every word.
And for all the in-between.
Brenda Lee's performance of the classic standard All the Way is a triumph of vocal mastery. In this song, she demonstrates flawless breath control and a deep understanding of the text. The song requires sincerity and devotion in every note, and Brenda delivers at the highest level. Her version sounds intimate and majestic at the same time.
That's how it's gotta feel.
This music shows Brenda as a mature artist capable of working with the most complex material from the Great American Songbook. The recording emphasizes her status as one of the best vocalists of her time. All the Way is a vow of love and loyalty to music that she carried through her entire life, staying true to herself and her calling until the very end.
Next song.
Just because you think you're so pretty,
Just Because.
you're a sad guy. Though you run around and spend my...
Concluding our review, we return to simple rock and roll happiness. Because sometimes all we need is a good rhythm, an honest voice, and the understanding that music is life itself in all its beauty and unpredictability.
Just because you think you're so hot.
Just Because, as performed by Brenda Lee, is a return to the roots of her rock and roll drive. Light, energetic, and incredibly positive, the song was a worthy conclusion to her golden era. Here, Brenda is once again Miss Dynamite, making the world spin in a dance. Her vocals are filled with joy and freedom. The song became a symbol of her unquenchable optimism and love for life.
Because you think you got something that nobody else.
In Just Because, one hears that very lightness that made her an idol to millions. It is the perfect finale for her musical journey, a reminder that at the heart of all great art lies the simple and pure joy of self-expression. Brenda Lee left us a legacy full of light and energy that will inspire generations to come.
Brenda Lee is not just an artist, she is an entire universe in a miniature package. She proved that height and age do not matter when the true fire of talent burns within. Moving from a rockabilly rebel to the queen of country and ballads, she left us with 25 masterpieces, each a lesson in sincerity and professionalism. Her dynamite voice continues to echo in Christmas anthems and heartbreaking love songs, uniting generations of listeners. We hope this deep dive into the world of Brenda Lee has opened new facets of her talent for you. Thank you for exploring music history with the genre bender. Remember, true music has no borders. It lives forever in the hearts of those who know how to listen. Until next time.
If you liked the video, give it a like and don't forget to subscribe to the Genre Bender channel.